Hi, y'all. How are you doing? So nice to be connected with you guys again via Facebook Live. I wanted to come back today and discuss our plan. We chatted on Wednesday of last week, where I reminded you that we have one more day that we could have made our mortgage payment. We touched base again on Thursday, the last day of April, encouraging you that if you had the funds, that you could still make the payment and it was going to be fine. And I also connected with you on Friday, the first day of May. I wanted to be able to share a little bit of peace with you, right? It was almost Sabbath. I wanted you guys to enjoy your weekend, and what a weekend it was. I hope you did enjoy it. The weather, at least in my neck of the woods, was amazing. Beautiful, beautiful spring, almost summer weather. And I hope we have more weekends like that because it lifts our spirits, right? Today is Monday, May 4th. I gave you guys a break on Saturday and Sunday. I wanted you to enjoy the weekend and relax a little bit, not be so overwhelmed by the stress of everything that was going to happen and the fear of everything that was going to happen since you didn't make your mortgage payment this last week. I wanted you to chill, relax, and feel a little better. Today's Monday, and my word for today is create a plan. And obviously, part of creating the plan is accepting the consequences, right? There are going to be some consequences to the fact that we haven't paid the mortgage. We didn't pay the mortgage last month, and most likely we're not going to have the money to pay the mortgage this month. And that's okay. Okay. That's okay. We can face the consequences, but we don't have to let these consequences freeze us. And actually, that is quite the opposite of what I want you to do. Okay? I don't want you to freeze. I want you to call the bank. Okay. I know that you must be tired. I continually say the same thing, call the bank. But today I'm going to tell you why, and I'm going to tell you how. But first, I'm going to adjust the light. My blinds are blinding me. So give me just 1 second, okay? That's so much better. Yes, I can see you now. Well, I still can't see you, but at least you can see me, right? Um, so I was telling you to call the bank. And I think it's very important. And that's why I keep saying it. And I'm going to share with you today why it's so important to call the bank. But first, I'm going to explain something. The entity that I want you to call, I want you to answer, right? There are two roles at play here. There is the bank, your lender, and there is the bank, your servicer. There's sometimes they're the one and the same, okay? In the next video that we do together, we'll go a little bit more in detail. But for today, it's important for you to know that your servicer is the one who sends you your mortgage statement every month. They are the administrator of your loan. They're the ones that you write your check to. SPS loan, Mr. Cooper, these are your servicer, okay? The servicer is the one who owns the note on your mortgage. And then there's the lender. I'm sorry, the servicer is the one who manages your mortgage. And then there's the lender. The lender owns the note, okay, of your mortgage. Now, hola, Oris, Villalobos, Lopos, Oris. I just want you to know that this is an English video, but right before I started this video, I did a Spanish video. So excuse me just a second so that I can let them know. Acabo de hacer un video en español hace 15 minutos. Por favor, estamos hablando exactamente de lo mismo en ese video. And yes, I can just switch like that between both languages. It's the blessing that my parents left me, right? To be fluent in both languages. So I was telling you the difference between the servicer and the lender. The lender owns the note, and the servicer is the administrator of your loan, the one that services your bank. I want to remind you to when you initially purchased your home. Your attorney, I'm sure, explained to you, you signed so many papers that day, a big stack. I'm sure your attorney explained to you everything that you were signing. Of everything that you were signing, there were 2 documents that were the most important ones. There was the note, a 2 or 3 page document, usually, and there was the mortgage. Now, whenever we say I'm going to make my mortgage payment, we don't really realize that there's also a note out there, right? Together, the note and the mortgage together, they make up your mortgage, okay? The note is a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Here's your loan. Here's how much you're borrowing. This is the bank you're borrowing it from. Here's when your payment is due. And if you don't pay it, this is the consequence that's going to right? That's it. Now, the mortgage goes into much more details, what your obligations are, who you're borrowing it from, how much you're borrowing it from, and what your obligations are as the borrower. It reminds you to keep your house insured. It reminds you to well maintained against deterioration, against any violation or anything. And that information, the maintenance part, is really, really useful to know for some future videos that we're going to do, okay? So keep that in mind. The note, you sign the note. The lender keeps the original note, okay? So the lender keeps the original note from that day. The mortgage, you sign the mortgage gets notarized, the mortgage gets sent to the county where it's filed in your property's records. And it is assigned to everybody who does any research on your property that your property has a loan against it, okay? Once it's filed, then it goes over to your lender. Once it's filed, the original goes back to your lender. But your note is an extremely important document. That's the document that the owner holds, the owner of the loan. And the owner of the loan is the lender. And it's usually not the same person or the same entity that you've been getting your statements from. You get a statement in the mail, and your statement is likely, I mentioned Mr. Cooper, one of the biggest ones right now, or some other servicer. They're not necessarily the owner of your loan. Now, it's very important to know this. Why? Because your servicer, as the administrator of your loan, can a little bit more easily get to you what I'm going to disclose you need to ask them for now. If you haven't paid your mortgage now or for a few months, maybe even a year, depending on your servicer and your bank, I want you to call the bank and I want you to ask if you are eligible for reinstatement. I want you to ask them to calculate what your reinstatement payment would be. What would that look like? Sometimes the person on the phone is able to get you that information right away. It's not the same as requesting a payoff, okay? I don't want you to get confused. A payoff is a lump sum of money that will bring your loan to zero and get it completely paid out. The reinstatement is how much is it going to take for you to catch up? That person will on the phone, the representative on the phone will probably tell you that they cannot give you that figure immediately, but they'll mail it to you. And even better, you'll receive the letter in the mail and you can analyze how much it's going to cost. When the letter comes in the mail, it's going to have a time limit on it. If you're going to be able to reinstate your loan, you have to pay the mortgage that amount that is going to be on that letter by the time limit that's on that letter. Now, keeping a close communication with your administrator will make this letter possible, okay? Also, you may be able to save yourself some money by keeping close communication with the servicer of your loan. You know what? That's always great. Who doesn't want to save money? It'll also make it possible, probably, it's also very good once they see in your record that you call frequently and that you're active in wanting to make things better with them. They'll delay the foreclosure process, which will give you more opportunities to catch up or to fix the problem, to file for a modification that they might actually be able to allow you to do, make you more eligible for if you keep close communication with them. Now, if you're having a difficult time speaking with the administrator of your loan, some people find it shameful. They don't want to speak to them. They're embarrassed. Some people find it frustrating and they don't want to speak to them. They don't necessarily understand the language. They don't want the attitude, right? We've always been there. Customer service sometimes isn't really so good, right? But if you're having whatever reason, if you're having a difficult time making that phone call, know that this is your first step. Whether it's you or whether it's somebody else who makes that phone call, this is your first step. There's no way around it. So if you're having a hard time, just give me a call and I will help you. My phone number, 631-538-0008, and I will be able to give you personal assistance. Hey, I'm here to help you. Okay, so whatever you need, 631-538-0008. God bless you.